What's up, guys? Part-Time Gamer Dad here. Today is my 5-minute or less review of Raw from March 10th, Mario Day 2025. Let's get right into it, guys. The show opened up with Jey Uso taking on Grayson Waller. Obviously, Jey Uso won the match, and afterwards, Gunther attacked him, putting him in a rear naked choke for, I believe, the second week in a row. And listen, I'm really excited for this match. I would like to see Jey Uso get a little bit more offense in on Gunther. What I do not want to happen at WrestleMania is we get to WrestleMania and we have a Sheamus Daniel Bryan situation, or either way. I've heard reports that they were considering giving Gunther like a squash match over Jey Uso at WrestleMania. I'm pretty confident that's not going to happen, and I'm praying that doesn't happen. But we still have a few weeks until WrestleMania, so Jey Uso could get in some offense, get in some shots. What I don't want to have happen is we build him up as a credible threat just to knock him down once again. I really think Jey Uso needs to win the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania, but we will see what happens there. Also on the show, we had a debut of a new superstar, I think so. He is a masked luchador who cost Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee a tag team match against the New Day. It's a pretty dope mask. It says American made, which I think he's a fan of Chad Gable. They had to escort the guy out. They found him while Chad Gable was being interrogated, asked if he was the masked luchador, to which he said he wasn't. Obviously, guys, it is Chad Gable. He did the thank you pose and all that. It's implied that it's Chad Gable, and I think it will be revealed to be Chad Gable when he went and spent the money to get whatever was in the bag or the case a week ago. This is obviously what it was, so it gives him the power of lucha. It allows him to be able to actually do well against luchadors or get retribution against luchadors like Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, potentially Penta. So that's a really fun storyline. I'm excited to see where that goes. It adds some dimension and character to Chad Gable that I think was missing. I just don't want him to be, and I said this last week, I just don't want him to be a comedy character for the rest of his career. I want to see him get a singles title. I really think he deserves it, whether that's the IC belt or the US title. Like, give the guy a singles run. I think it'd be great. Give all of American-made titles. We saw that the tag title match last week between the Creed brothers and the War Raiders, and then we also saw the IC title match, the women's IC title match between Lyra Valkyria and Ivy Nile. So I think eventually we could get maybe a new evolution in American-made. Definitely not to the same degree, but that would be great. I would love that, and kind of build them as a viable threat. We also saw, speaking of the IC title, but this time the men's, we saw Dirty Dom come up to Finn Balor and say, hey, I got you a match against Braun Breaker next week for the IC title. I think Dom and the rest of Judgment Day are going to turn on Finn. I think they're going to cost them the match, and we are working towards Finn versus Dirty Dom at WrestleMania. Bring back the Demon Finn and turn him face, get him the win over Dirty Dom at WrestleMania. I think that's a great story to tell, and we'll see the dissolution of the Judgment Day, at least properly. We'll just have, Dom, Liv, Raquel, and Carlito, which is totally fine. I'm okay with that. Speaking of Raquel, she beat Bayley in a pretty solid match. I think we are building towards Alexa and Nikki Cross against Raquel and Liv for the tag titles of WrestleMania. Still left to be seen. We still have plenty of time to work towards that match. So I think that's kind of what the Judgment Day is doing at WrestleMania. Tag title match for the women, and then Dom versus Finn Balor. We also had Logan Paul and AJ Styles get into it with Andrew Schultz, a comedian, involved, and thought we were going to get the match. I really still think it could happen at WrestleMania. In my WrestleMania 41 card predictions, I said I see AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. We still very well could be heading towards that. We also have AJ Styles and Braun Breaker in the mix. Maybe we're going to get a multi-man match at WrestleMania for the IC title. That would be fun. And then in the main event, I'm coming up on 5 minutes. This is as close as I've ever gotten, but I got to talk about it. Roman Reigns returned. During the main event steel cage match between Seth Rollins and CM Punk, and guys, I love the way this ended. Roman Reigns dragged Seth Rollins out of the cage, giving him the win just to beat him down. Goes into the ring, hits the spear on CM Punk to stand tall to end the show. I am so excited. We know this is leading towards a triple threat match. This could give CM Punk the main event match that he's been wanting. It's totally worthy of a main event. And I think we're going to see some really interesting drama between Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Paul Heyman. And I cannot wait to see where we go from here. Guys, it's almost 5 minutes. Make sure you like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Let me know down below. How did you like Raw? Did you think it was great? How excited are you for that triple threat between Punk, Roman, and Seth? I'll see you very soon.